They have Norwegian Fjords and Suffolk Punches. Okay, here we are, back on the Tomarosa, but we're not on the Tomarosa. Where are we going today?
Montana.
We are headed to Montana. We are on our way to visit two of our friends, Doc and Cathi. They have draft horses in Montana. We went to a workshop with them in 2015, which was super awesome and amazing.
It was.
Learned a lot about horses and decided that we definitely wanted to have draft horses on our farm, as well as tractors. We also fell in love with the Norwegian Fjord horses, and they have moved to a new ranch, and we've always been wanting to go see them. And if you don't take time to prioritize and keep up relationships, you'll never go visit anybody. So it's 4 hours over to Missoula. They live just north of there. We're heading over here on Friday night. We're going to see them on Saturday. Come back on Sunday. Still driving. We're still driving.
Still driving.
But we thought we'd talk a little bit about what we experienced in 2015 when we went to our workshop with Doc and Cathi. Doc Hammill is a doctor. He's a veterinarian. And he had been working with training horses for decades. He uses a gentle horsemanship, which means working with the horse and not using more draconian methods to get a horse to do what you want it to do. So for us, neither one of us have a lot of horse experience. I rode horse at camps. What experience did you have?
I rode a horse at a YMCA camp when I was little.
So we know everything there is to know about horses because we rode a horse once when we were like 10. So we decided we wanted to look into draft horses for farming, and we've heard about Doc Hammill and that he had a great training method, and it looked very interesting. So we went there for a week in 2015. We started with basic things, just talking about horses, talking about training methods. I think the biggest thing that we learned was that we definitely wanted Norwegian Fjord horses.
Mm-hmm. They're like the equine equivalent of the Jersey cow. They're small and compact, but they're still strong and capable and can definitely punch above their weight class.
And they're very friendly. Just like a Jersey, they like come up to the gate and they're like, hey, what are you doing? What are we doing today? So we did that workshop in 2015. We had a great experience. We've kept in touch with Doc and Cathi. They are great people. We highly recommend them for anybody who wants to do any kind of draft horse training. They're excellent at problem solving with you and tailoring things to what it is that you need to learn yourself for your farm. So that was our experience with them, and it was a really good time. So they moved to a new ranch, and we haven't seen them in 4 years. So we're excited about our visit.
Almost to Montana. Lookout Pass coming up. And we are in Montana. It's a pretty sky tonight, big sky country.
Here is the great state of Montana. We started out over here in Spokane, and then we drove through Idaho, and last night we drove to Missoula. Today we are driving north to St. Ignatius
In the Flathead Valley.
and we're going to stay there overnight, and then tomorrow morning we're going to take a different way back along this river. Montana is a really, really, really big state. We've only made it like this far. One of the things last night when we were driving, it almost seemed like a rainstorm. There were so many bugs.
Getting ready to go under a wildlife bridge. We're seeing more and more of these being installed in the Northwest. Still just a little bit of snow on them. Mission Mountain Range.
Big mountains, big sky. After driving north for an hour, we made it to their ranch. And guess what? Doc Hammill was next door to neighbors stitching up their horse. So we went over there and visited for a minute and then came back to their ranch and took in all the sights and spent some time getting caught up.
So the front half would be hay storage, and then the back half would be bedded pack.
You could probably move your manger back a little and have, your horse's rear ends closer to these posts. The round pin is one of the most important training tools, one of the most important pieces of equipment that I wouldn't want to be without.
So would a 40-foot round pin be sufficient for fjords then?
Yeah.
So as you're going from like round pin to a little bit bigger pin to even like a bigger almost paddock, is it better to have the round pin closest to the barn and work away?
Yeah.
Well, thank you very much.
We're really excited when you heard you were going to come or wanted to come.
Yes.
And it's a great reunion, and we look forward to more in the future.
Hopefully maybe someday you can make it over to our place.
We'd love to come do that, yeah.
We had an amazing visit with Doc and Cathi. Talking with them about the barn helped us work out some things with handling horses inside our multi-purpose barn. We also were really invigorated and renewed our interest with draft horses. They make a great team, and we are so fortunate to have them in our lives. Thanks a lot, Doc and Cathi.
Live dangerously, ford the river.
What?
Is that what it says, right? Live dangerously? Yeah, ford the...
What does that mean?
Well, if you ever played the game Oregon Trail, you know what it means. I would say that fording the river comes at high risk. And
Usually loss of life in the game.
Usually loss of life or loss of supplies of some sort. It usually doesn't end well. Ford the river.